once again to another night here at the Overwatch Watchers Brawl. We are going tonight to be seeing the teams of RIT D2 go up against Cardinal eSports. And for your casting pleasure, I am going to be Sir Waltham, and similarly with me on the mics, I'm going to be having my buddy Sci-Fight. Sci?
Hey. What's up?
Not much. Hopefully we will see some very good gameplay coming out of these teams right now. We're going to be heading on into the action in just a moment, but before we do, I'm actually going to have a few questions for the captain and coordinator of Cardinal eSports. Ollie, you want to go ahead and say hello?
Howdy doody.
Fantastic. Now, we've sat down with your team a couple of times before, so I'm not going to ask you all the same normal questions I normally would, but I'll get into my mid-season questions, as I like to call them. You guys have obviously won it through your first map. That's how you've made it this far. Is there anything you think you have improved on since your first match against, I believe it was
the Bulldogs, I'm pretty sure.
The Bulldogs, yes.
Yeah, I believe that we've mainly been working on our target acquisition, shot calling and stuff like that, making sure we're going for all the same targets. Because that was something that I noticed after watching the VODs we really struggled with last week. So that's the main thing we've been focusing on, and just individual performance on different types of heroes.
Fantastic. I definitely hope we can see that kind of shine through in this gameplay. You said we've been working on the practice for individual types of heroes. You got any spoilers for us as to what you might be working on or looking to use in this next game?
Yeah, mainly we've been switching around roles a bunch. Like last week you saw Jinx on Zenyatta and stuff like that, and we had Lightbringer on Lucio. Well, this week we're going to be switching Lightbringer out for one of our other starters, Alpha, who he's going to be taking my Zarya role. I'm probably going to be taking the Ryan role, and Paul is going to be moving down to Diva. And also in our 2-2-2 comps, we're going to try to maybe sometimes have Miller on McCree, because he's been doing really well as McCree lately. But other than that, we're just going to stick with Jinx and Jinx and Alpha on the DPS roles as usual.
On the DPS roles, definitely have to be keeping an eye out for that. Now, you said that there's going to be a lot of swap-ups from these players. Do you think there's anybody in particular the viewers will want to keep an eye on during the game, maybe keep in mind for the MVP poll here at the end?
Yeah, definitely. Last week, my boy Pillow, he didn't get the love he deserved in that game, I believe, but there were some plays that we just noticed that he popped off on, specifically Hanamura. I think it was first point. He got 3 kills, or at least did the most damage in 3 kills. He may have not got the final blows, but stuff like that. Just your healers are there too, and we always just want to give them the love they deserve.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's sometimes easy for the particularly the tanks and the supports to kind of be overlooked, but it can happen with anybody. So definitely, if you're at home trying to keep track of all the massive talent here, Pillow going to be one to kind of keep your eyes peeled for. But Ollie, I don't want to keep you for too long away from your team. I know you guys have to kind of get into the mindset, but thanks for coming down and answering a few questions for us.
No problem.
All right, and good luck out there.
Thank you.
Now, with that being said, Sai, we are going to be going on to Lijiang Tower for our first map. How do you think this is going to shake out? What do you think we can expect to see?
Well, we saw some crazy compositions come out. Lijiang was actually the last map in the series for the last match that just occurred a couple of hours ago. It was an awesome series. Reckless versus Pinata Nation. The second and the third maps were ties. And wow. Pinata Nation ended up 2-0ing for the victory because it was a best of 5, not a best 2-3. So those tie maps really mattered. And as we get into the Lijiang Tower map, just crazy comps all around. We saw goats. We saw goats with Mei. We actually saw a composition with 2-2-2. It was Sombra Doomfist, which was awesome to see. Yeah, some good stuff all around. I'm hoping for a ton of compositions. However, Lijiang is a bit low on the compositional list. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, very much so. We're going to be hopping into Lijiang here in just a moment. Both teams going to be seeing the first submap that will be coming up here in just a moment. and it looks like it's going to be Gardens. Potential for a lot of Pharah play here. Any people who watch me regularly will get tired of hearing me talk about how much I want to see Pharah in these games, so you're going to hear me be excited about this map. Well, as she is the one DPS I play, so yes.
Yeah, you were popping off with him the other day that I was watching. That was really awesome.
Thank you. It was on this map, actually, so I'm definitely hoping to see that kind of be recreated here by these two teams.
Yep.
And we're actually going to have a little bit of a pause. We're going to be breaking the flow of the game, but we'd rather break it now than during the game.
I know what happened, and our owner refused. I don't want to call him out too much here, so he's great. The matchup is going to be restarted with the rules being cool. I don't know how much I can say. I love you, Refuse. You're great. Ooh, it's going to be data center here. Restarting maps means the rules restarted. This is awesome. Goats is super prevalent on this map. I don't think we're going to get to see a lot of else. We might see some Mei goats. Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Yeah, generally Mei pretty good for walling off those small entry choke points right near the drop ships. Kind of the primary entry that most teams will try to take in the first point. So generally Mei, not a bad pick, especially teams that can be really coordinated. I think we might see it from at least one of the teams here.
Yep. And I just want to let everyone know that's watching the stream at twitch.tv/thewatchersOW. The Twitch panel is live with the MVPs, so make sure at the end of each maps, whatever you're going to watch, make sure you vote at the end for your MVP, because we might be seeing them at the end of the broadcast.
Definitely want to show the players some love, show them that we appreciate all this work they're putting in to bring us just some quality Overwatch play. However, we're going to see these teams roll out, and the composition's not looking too goatsy on the side of Cardinal eSports.
Yeah, Cardinal eSports are going to be pulling the 2-2-2 composition over here, and they need to make this fight as short as possible because Goats is going to beat this. Oh, there we go, Alpha.
Yeah, indeed, Alpha going to be getting the kill onto Jabalier very early, and the kills are just going to start pouring through with those supports now down. However, the pin almost getting pulled off by Vanguard, not quite getting too much opportunity out of it, though. And with Vanguard going to be falling, there's not going to be much here for the side of RIT to really kind of hold point. However, there is going to be a little bit of a contest by the D.Va Bortle there, going to be falling, and that's going to be a quick point turn for Cardinal.
Yeah, and RIT just not doing too much with that Goats composition. It seemed like they knew what they wanted to play, but they weren't playing it to their best of their advantage. They need to be going up in front and really charging at them. There we go, there's the charge, but the Nano Boost comes through.
Yeah, and the fat Earth Shatters coming out from both sides. However, Hallgoat being a little bit more proficient with it, plus the Nano going to be blocking Vanguard, and that really sets up the team fight for Jenks.
Yeah, that second Shatter is always the more potent, and Hallgoat is going to wait for that Shatter and rebuttal with one of his own. He's going to take down the entire RIT squad. For RIT.
Yeah, and it looks like we have the Dragon Grab combo coming out, but Fluender going to be eating it. That is a massive ult consumption there. You like seeing it, however, Jenks still going to be on the McCree, setting up that Deadeye, you know, still helping to win the team fight.
Yeah, he might have eaten 3 of those shots, but the other 2 were definitely critical hits there, and can't eat them all, especially with the defense matrix being nerfed from D.Va. Makes it very good for DPS players to actually play their game now with their projectiles.
Yeah, the ult counterplay getting much trickier for D.Va, a little bit easier for the DPS. However, the trance will be coming out from Jabalar, and that's really going to give the attacking team RIT the push they need. Ollie going to be going down, perhaps to a failed right click, will end up taking themselves out. And it's going to be Alpha trying to get a little bit of point stall, but not quite going to be succeeding on that Hanzo as the point flips in favor of RIT.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about with RIT. They really need to be more aggressive against these DPS picks. They have the more tanky comp, but they have a close range comp. Here's the Graviton, the bomb combo coming through. Charge. Oh my god!
Yeah, Fluender pulling a massive D.Va bomb there. That is going to be huge, and that's kind of what we like to see. Just 2 wins off the back of that. Or win off the back of the 2 ults.
I am so sorry to anyone who watched. Rest in peace, headphone users, and also my producer.
Indeed, Vanguard going to be taking a little nap, and the hammer down will come from Hallgoat while that is happening. The pin going to be coming out in similar, but not quite finding too much purchase. Jenks once again popping that dead eye. Let's see if we can find anything. Does not look like he will be finding anything. I take that back. He's going to be finding Bortle. Hallgoat going to be swinging onto Vanguard. The kills will go in favor of Cardinal for the time being, but it is still looking a little bit close. Hallgoat going to be brought down very low, having that Discord orb onto them. Fluender trying to just brawl the Reinhardt and this Ana in the corner room. And with Alpha dying on point, that is once again going to be a hold by RIT.
Yeah, this impenetrable Goats comp is just, it's not being faced by these DPS picks, even though the ultimate, the Deadeye from Jenks was getting some value. The Dragon Strike coming from Alpha just wasn't good enough, and Smash with a high charge, able to take down Use Miller here. Rally coming out. Might be the last fight for either team here. Both teams running on almost 80% here.
Absolutely, and it's going to be Cardinal having to get onto point very quickly in order to not give up the point for essentially free. The Grav coming out, only going to be getting Miller. However, the Diva Bomb will be finding the kills onto Hallgoat and Miller off the back of it. And really, that's kind of what you need. You need to set it up there for RIT to be in the optimal position. The support and Zarya coming out from Cardinals, not going to be able to stall out onto point for too long, and it's looking like this is going to go in favor of Team RIT.
Wow, they were almost just barely not able to take that overtime. The Dragon Strike was super unlucky in that the Graviton just wore off. They weren't able to get any value of the Dragon Strike, and the Lucio was able to speed them off. RIT is going to be able to take that first point.
Yeah, and really one other crucial component was the Diva Bomb, as well as the coordination with, I believe it was XGB, setting up that shield bash onto Hallgoat with that Ryan, making them drop the shield, getting both the Ana and the Ryan, meaning they're 2-man down, and that's a tough spot to be in no matter what team you are. Yeah,
just great plays coming out from either sides, but RIT is going to take it with that Swift Goats lineup. They were just able to basically 100-0 that.
Yeah, we will now be seeing if Cardinal will be able to return. We're going to be seeing them both running the more traditional Goats comp this time. And they're going to be going right on the point, just getting absolutely brawly with it. The Discord getting brought onto Ollie, getting brought dangerously low. The charge perhaps being a little too braggadocious. It will be brought down for their trouble because of it. And the Brig now trying to be the front line. However, US Miller going to be cleaned up in quick fashion. And with this, it's now once again going to be RIT showing dominance onto this point.
Yeah, wow, very dominant display here. Able to speed up. They're being very manly with the way that they're using their movement here. They're taking a bunch of space. It looks like Jenks is going to be staggered as he tries to bound himself away. The rally coming in. This is just a massive team advantage and ultimate advantage for RIT here. Shatter coming through. This is just a manly display coming from RIT.
Cardinal really needs to take their time, regroup, regather. They don't want to get staggered any more than they already have. I'd say by the time you lost Ollie the first time, you kind of needed to regroup, but it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do, as they're going to be taking high ground, pushing up top, perhaps trying to drop down onto the defending RIT team. And with this, we're going to see the rally come out as sort of an initiation tool.
He gets booped!
And the hammer down going to be landing onto Jobear. Not able to quite clean up as we see the trance popped out from Jobalar. And Vanguard going to be brought down by Miller. That will be no front line for RIT. And now kills are starting to go in favor of the Cardinals, of Cardinal eSports, excuse me. And the D-Mech coming out onto Fluender. That could be crucial. There is a lot less tanking capability. And with that, they're just going to rush onto point knowing that there's less staying power.
Yeah, just keep an eye out on Smash, though. He's got a ton of energy charge in this. He might be the saving point for RIT here. Already up to 70% in this engagement.
Yeah, and
keep an eye on grab both sides.
Even if Cardinal does take it, they have not been able to win this fight convincingly enough. The respawns, of course, coming in from RIT, able to get everybody bolstered down back onto point, and we're going to see the trance come out from Jenks. And with that Diva Bomb coming up, not looking like it's going to find anybody. However, we'll be taking US Miller's shield out of commission. That will be a little bit of utility loss from that Brig, cleaned up by their counterpart. And the Lucio going to get booped after using that sound barrier. That is a crucial loss, and it's looking like with that, RIT is going to end up taking this map.
The RIT D2 Tigers are able to take Lijiang Tower and gain an edge in this match series versus Cardinal eSports. Very close matchup, but ultimately RIT are going to take it. Well played.
Yeah, overall, I think that was some pretty solid work coming out of both teams. Not necessarily the superior GOATS play we saw coming out of the Cardinals. I think that just represents itself in the score line at the very least. But in terms of the Hanzo McCree that we saw on Control Center, I really did like the synergy we saw set up a couple of times with the Dragon Ball combos. I think that was really kind of a very effective combo for what you're trying to pull off in winning team fights.
Yeah, it was okay. I don't want to stress that too much because I don't think that Hanzo and McCree are very capable of defeating GOATS in its purest form, just because they don't do as much to like shields. You're not playing a Junkrat or a Pharah, and you're not necessarily playing a sniper that can take something out immediately. You're kind of playing something in between, and you kind of need to go one way or the other, which is like shield break or snipe. And they really didn't do either. The Hanzo and the McCree might be pocket picks, but they were lukewarm picks, and ultimately that's what ended up happening to poor Cardinal eSports. We'll see what kind of compositions they can come up with next. I do want to see a Pharah on these next maps if RIT are playing these GOATS maps.
Yeah, however, we do have to worry about the save and ban phase that will be coming through now. RIT choosing to get to save one hero from ban by Cardinal and choosing to ban one map in kind of the counterbalance aspect. And it looks like they're going to be banning 66, definitely looking to save Orion. Sai, do you think there's any big boons or impacts that these saves might kind of have for the team?
Well, it looks like they're going for something a bit of a still going with the GOATS composition, or maybe they're just more comfortable within the Rhine and Zarya comp. However, Cardinal eSports can respond by banning the Zarya or the Lucio in the matchup, effectively disrupting GOATS in its purest form and forcing RIT to try and get something else. Maybe they'll go for like a triple tank or a quad tank composition without a Lucio. These things are a bit effective, especially with the Moira, and as I was saying, Cardinal eSports are going to be banning the Lucio and picking the map Eichenwald that is a hybrid map.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense. I don't know if RIT did this on purpose, but we did just play a control point map, so we're not going to be seeing another one. And if you have to risk losing Lucio, you don't want to lose it on those King of the Hill style objective maps where you have to worry about getting to point first and having that ability to create a defensive setup. And so I think that's kind of the best option when it comes to losing Lucio. Maybe not as effective, or not as critical of a loss on something like a hybrid map where you're still kind of stuck to cart. It's less than ideal, but I think you take your picks there, and RIT perhaps flexing in a way that I haven't seen throughout this tournament yet.
Yeah, well, actually, something that I have seen on this map when parts of GOATS are being banned out, we often see bunker comps on defense. For example, we see a lot of Mercy, Roadhog, Pharah, Bastion, Orisa, Ana, some other supplemental support to try and heal the Bastion up. And what it does when you're defending Eichenwald is you defend that first house on the left-hand side. It's super interesting how these maps are played with that defense, because as it is an exceptional defense and it is really hard to try and invade, when you lose that, or if you lose that and you're gambling everything on that first point, you basically lose the second point as well, because you're giving up ultimates. You're having to switch for that second point.
Yeah, ult economy kind of really crucial on this map. We've seen so many teams try to run a Bastion style comp, and we always have to acknowledge, like, a Bastion comp can be a super effective first point defense, but it's not good on second. And again, as you said, once you swap, it's lost ult charge, and high risk, high reward kind of plays when you run that composition or those types of compositions, those riskier plays in general.
Yeah, we'll see how this defense turns out. This will be super interesting. Hold on one moment.
Indeed. Of course, as a reminder to those of you viewing out there, the Lucio will only be banned for RIT. Of course, the winners getting to save a hero and the losers banning a hero from the winners roster. So that will be kind of going into effect here. There was perhaps a little bit of a misclick in the terms of who got banned. So we're going to be getting it set right back up here so we can bring you guys right back on to the sunny streets of Eichenwald.
Nice. It looks like I know some of the members from RIT. This is kind of cool.
Indeed, but we do promise you folks a little bit of caster non-biasedness. I don't know the better way to say that.
No, I'm not biased at all.
That sounded very not convincing.
I'm only biased towards bunker comps because I really like bunker comps. Like anything with Bastion or like May, this is like, that's super cool to me because you're putting all your eggs in that basket. You're like, I'm this good. I'm so good, I won't die for like this whole defense for like 4 minutes. Like, come at me.
It is a statement, that is for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's what we're going to see. It looks like we're going to see double sniper come out. Interesting plays.
Attackers incoming.
Yeah, I think
Hanzo have been pocket picks for XPG and Fluender. It seems like it's just something that they're comfortable with.
Yeah, I definitely think that is a possibility. Generally, when we see Eichenwald come onto the field, the bans that we do see come out are onto that Reinhardt, so it might be a bit refreshing to see two Reinhardts on the field this time, kind of swinging at each other, really just going toe-to-toe, steel-to-steel on that one.
Two Reinhardts.
Yeah, geez, Sai, our tournament lets you have two Reinhardts. That's
two Reinhardts.
that is a lot of Reinhardt, but we're going to be seeing the action get started here in just a moment. Ollie and Vanguard both kind of saddling up to that choke point. The early charge coming out of Ollie not quite landing and going to be brought dangerously low for it, however, will not drop, at least not immediately. The same cannot be said for the supports of the Cardinal eSports. However, the kills are going to start rolling through, this time in a convincing fashion for RIT. And despite being at an extremely high charge, Alpha 33 going to be falling.
Yeah, great plays coming out from RIT Cardinal eSports. It seemed like they were a little bit apprehensive in trying to go for that engagement onto the point. They hesitated and they got picked off effectively. Both supports being taken down, both Pillow and Jenks here.
Yeah, indeed. Ollie definitely being aggressive here, and they're going to try to be aggressive, it looks like, off of the side room entryway here. We're going to be once again seeing the
already has a dragon up.
And a very nice coordination coming out from RIT. Going to be coming in, flooding into this room and just collecting the kills like a stamp collector collects stamps. I don't know. I don't have any cool analogies there, but in quick order, they're going to take all the heads of Team Cardinal. Yeah,
this is domination come out from them. We're going to be seeing some swaps onto Cardinal eSports as Ollie's going to swap to the Winston. US Miller is going to be swapping to the Wrecking Ball, and these effectively, these triple tank goats composition. Oh, unless Jenks gets picked off again, you need to be careful with your positioning here, as they do have these double kind of hit scan comps. This double dive, this triple tank dive can work very well if they can get onto XPG or Fluender here.
Yeah, they'll really kind of have to try to maneuver around Vanguard. A lot of softer targets to kind of play around, especially if they catch Job without that sleep dart. However, they're just kind of saddling up. Looks like Ollie going to be diving into the left side. The Grav coming out, however, Hallgoat, excuse me, going to be consuming it and adding it to their tasty, tasty reservoir recipe book. And with that, however, it does not look like it will stop RIT from getting the kills here. Hallgoat going to be getting peeled despite that very nice Grav eat. And Smash doing their best to clean up the kills for RIT, and Cardinals once again repelled.
Yeah, Smash already threw out his Grav there, was eaten by Hallgoat. But Smash is able to take that Grav and get 44% to another one anyways. Didn't even seem like it affected the fight. They're really playing this unemotionally and playing it very well. It's 70% already on Smash's next Graviton surge here.
Yeah, the DPS right now being so effective. We saw US Miller and Ollie almost getting brought down. However, it looks like Smash going to be doing a little bit of peeking, trying to get some extra damage, perhaps trying to goad the enemy into sight lines. Smash getting separated a little bit. Once again, Holgo going massive on eats. The hammer strike coming down from Vanguard. Going to be finding some moderate effectiveness. The Hammond going to be the only one on point for the time being. Vanguard absolutely plowing through the support line of the now attacking team. And despite US Miller's best attempts, it's not going to result in any point progress.
Yeah, Vanguard with the double charge off the cliff ended up taking both of the supports off. That was incredible play coming out from him when Smash couldn't. Smash got his grab eaten again. Even though his grabs have been crazy, he's been getting one pretty much every minute here. Oh, Minefield's coming out.
Yeah, perhaps trying to cause a little bit of disruption. And we're going to be seeing the beat come out from Pillow, as well as the Nano Boost. XBG going to be basically face-to-face with that Diva, who does have that bomb, going to be activating it. Taking out Smash, that's a kill you like to see. And now the ults are coming in for Cardinal eSports, and it's looking like that alone will kind of help them get at least a little bit of progress onto the point. Bortle going to be getting cleaned up by the dive tanks of the attacking team. And it's looking like Jabalar going to be the last one to fall due to a punch to the face by Pillow.
Yeah. Unfortunate from Smash. He was really high a charge and thought that the Diva Bomb from Hallgoat wasn't going to hit him on the payload, but he was an inch away, and line of sight dictates that if you are looking at the payload, looking at the Diva Bomb, and you can see it, it will kill you if you are close to it. So rest in peace, Smash. They give up that first point here, but US Miller doing a ton of work on these Hammond here, this bridge area.
Yeah, US. Oh, and US Miller definitely knowing who to focus, but Vanguard getting janks off of that charge. You generally don't see Ryan's hit tracers too much with that quick charge, but the charge once again coming through, going to be demeching Hallgoats. And that late hammer down looks like a boot or something along those lines, kind of disrupting Vanguard's flow. Not going to really be able to find a whole lot with that hammer down. Going to be trying to hold this point, preventing the cart from moving as far forward. And good grief, Vanguard, take your foot off the gas pedal. Just going absolutely aggressive. I think that's the third charge we've seen this team fight. And a little bit of stall, but not going to prove enough aggression to stop the point from progressing.
Yeah, we saw a lot of aggression come out from Vanguard, and he was really going ham. He got that pin off onto Jenks, and I think he got a little cocky when he got that pin off, thinking that he could win the fight all by himself. The Earth Shattered really didn't affect anything, and he wasn't protecting his team. He wasn't making a ton of space, and the dive tanks coming out from Cardinal eSports are able to pick off his supports, ending the fight. Minefield's coming out.
Minefield coming out from US Miller. That could be crucial. We are going to be seeing the Dragon Strike come out. However, US Miller taking 2 enemies out right out of the gates. And it's looking like this might just be enough for Cardinals to get point and once again have a breath of life into this next fight.
Yeah, 2 minutes on the clock. They have a bit of time. That's a couple of pushes. Ideally, I want to see Ollie swap off to the Reinhardt here, but I guess they're going to be playing dive on this third point. It's just not as effective as normal. The spawn points are right outside the door. I guess we'll see how this works, as they do have the beat and the pulse bomb coming out on this side of Cardinal eSports.
Yeah, XBG going to be looking to take that high ground, really trying to get some nasty sightlines. However, US Miller continually trying to just get a lot of aggression, trying to bowl the Reinhardt back, trying to displace him. Ollie's so susceptible and is allowing his team to be so susceptible to that Rhine Shatter, as we're going to be seeing come through Vanguard. Going to be getting the pin onto Ollie, as we can see once again. Some Rhine pin kills, always a classic. Alpha actually going to be the one to finish off Vanguard, however. Despite the nano boost going on to US Miller, will not be enough to keep them up through the duration of the fight. And now the fight's looking pretty thin. It's looking like just a few players on each team, especially with Fluender getting 2 kills off of that Dragon. It's just going to be Pillow, who probably will not get a lot of progress onto this point as he pulls back.
Wow, great play coming out from Fluender, able to take out 2 with that Dragon Strike. I didn't think it was going to hit anything, but Cardinal eSports just jumping into it. I think it was really smart of him to try and aim it towards the payload and make it seem super ambiguous as to the direction of it. Made it super good for Cardinal.
And once again, we're going to be seeing the minecart come out. Smash going to be taken down because of it. However, the Transcendence coming out from Bortle perhaps as a little bit of a retaliation tactic, trying to disarm as many of those mines with Zenyatta's Transcendent body as possible. XBG going to be hopping onto that Reaper, however, not finding any purchase with it as they get taken out by a Pulse Bomb from Jenks, and it's looking like that's going to actually be point completion from Cardinal. Overall, pretty dominant showing.
Yeah, I am super surprised that the dive composition worked that well. Fantastic push. They have 17 seconds on the clock, so any time is better than 0 when it comes to these hybrid maps here, Sir Waltham. And it's good to see that Cardinal Esports still have some life into them after that first map that was, to be honest, fairly one-sided in the side of RIT.
Yeah, it's looking so far so good for Cardinal. This might be the map they start to see a little bit of a resurgence. And I just want to highlight it because I love talking about this character. The Hammond plays. The pile drivers, as we saw, can be so effective, especially when they focus those Zens, or the Hanzo, somebody with weak mobility and not a whole huge health pool, just absolutely able to kind of focus them down and then get out quickly without being punished too much for it. You like to see it, and I'm curious if they're going to be running that comp anymore in this series.
Yeah, I'm a bit excited too, and I guess we'll see what RIT can do on this attack. Remember that Lucio is banned, and also something that we didn't mention at the end of the first map. Make sure to vote for your MVP at the Twitch panel on the bottom of twitch.tv/thewatchersRW. Make sure to vote for your MVP, who your favorite player. It could be popularity contest as well, if you're part of the Bortle fan club, or if you're part of the Pillow fan club, or, you know, just vote. Do your duty.
Whatever fan club you subscribe to, us casters will not judge you, and even if we do, who cares? We're casters. We're just here to talk about the game. And speaking of the game, we're going to be hopping right into it. Vanguard, of course, in Vanguard fashion, leading in with a charge. Yeah, and it's looking like a mirror comp here. Going to be taking to the skies. It's going to be Jenks versus XBG on this Pharah v Pharah, both having that Mercy pocket. And the sleep coming out from US Miller, I believe. And that is absolutely crucial, taking that Pharah out of the sky. However, Vanguard, once again, just swinging for the fence, getting more and more pin kills every fight, it seems. And it's looking like RIT going to take this point a little bit quicker than Cardinal.
Oh yeah, much quicker. At 3 minutes on the clock means they're going to have about 6 minutes to try and take the second point here. US Miller trying to stall, but it's taken down by a fist from Bortle's Mercy, and Vanguard has been playing this Reinhardt very aggressively. One would call it throwing, but some others call it good. and I like to see an aggressive Reinhardt better than I like to see a very defensive Reinhardt. He's going to swap off onto the Winston, however, try and go for something high ground, try and separate Pillow and Jenks' Pharah.
Indeed, it is only throwing if you're losing, and in this case, we're going to be seeing the Winston hopefully providing a little bit more value. As you said, we do like to see them on the high ground. Right now, it's just a little bit of a footsie battle. However, Jenks going to be getting the early kill onto Jabalar, and the res coming out from Bortle means it will not be available in mid-fight. As we get rolling here, Hallgoat going to be pushing pretty far forward with that nano, not really finding anything with it, but able to stop the cart, able to buy a little bit of time. Alpha here trying to set up these sightlines, making it a dangerous place for a Pharah to be. However, unable to receive a whole lot of healing. US Miller kind of focusing on the tank line down front, and of course Pillow going to be up in the air. However, the smash will be plucked from the living realm, as it were, as it looks like RIT is going to be pulling back.
Yeah, nice one. Alpha has given up on the D.Va battle. They're not going to be playing D.Va. She thinks D.Va's boring. So he's going to be playing the Widow and trying to snipe out the Pharah here. XBG has a lot of work to do. Graviton coming through. Both Gravitons. Here we go.
Yeah, and the Rocket Barrage going to be coming out from Jenks, getting 3. However, XBG also going to be picking up a kill onto them while they're stationary in the air. Hallgoat trying to stall out for a little bit, swinging, however, gets hit by an anti-nade and promptly cleaned up. Jabalar making sure to deny that Reinhardt of any healing that might be coming their way, and it's just going to be a little bit more point progress for RIT.
Yeah, Jenks was... That barrage was potent, but your team just wasn't there to follow up, and it looks like RIT are going to gain a swift lead here, almost to the end of the point. Vanguard's going to go down there on a huge shatter! Oh my god, XPG!
Yeah, that was a very large shatter. However, the Justice raining from above, not able to really capitalize upon it. However, the Diva Bomb self-destruct from Fluender going to be getting 2 kills. That will clear up the point, and it will be a little bit of a stall from Alpha, perhaps just trying to buy a little bit of time. However, that Widow not so comfortable on the cart, going to get focused down as the dive tanks kind of hop in her direction. Mostly focused on Hallgoat for the time being, however, and it's just going to be this Widow and Mercy on point to stall for the time being. And it's pretty much just stagger at this point from Cardinal, trying to buy as much time off the clock so they can hold on third point as possible.
Yeah, and it looks like RIT are getting a ton of ult charge with this stall too, and they're going to be able to pick up the second point. 4 minutes on the clock for them. That's a hefty time bank here, and just a lot of ults coming through, both tank ults. I'm not sure how this Primal is really going to affect the thing, but Fluender's been crazy with his bombs, and he's already gotten his way up to another one. It's been really good for them.
Yeah, indeed, we're going to be seeing Vanguard as well as Hallgoat kind of playing around this corner. However, Hallgoat will be taking the win. There is no shielding now for the side of RIT, and we can see that it's looking like Hallgoat trying to get a little bit aggressive, having to put that shield up as they get brought dangerously low. However, Alpha going to be more than willing to provide that cover. And then the combo of ults coming through here. XVG, Fluender, and Smash working very well to get a team kill.
That's a play of the game, Sir Waltham. That's that was some great comboing, and it looks like Cardinal eSports are going to be able to take this last fight. They nano boosted the Reinhardt here.
Yeah, it is going to be a last-ditch effort, it seems, for Cardinal. We're not seeing any stall characters come out just yet, however, perhaps with the exception of Jenks on that Tracer. Vanguard going to be cleaning up that giant man just swinging onto point, going to be doing so much clearage, and with that, it's going to be RIT taking point 3 with quite a considerable more amount of time in their time bank.
Yeah, they're going to get about 3 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes 41, and what a great attack coming from RIT. They thought that Cardinal eSports' time was a little too little, and they're like, let's show you what a good attack looks like. And that grab, bomb, barrage combo was nutty. Starting that last 3-point fight, that was just like, whoa.
Yeah, really, it was just some great synergy. Don't know if it was planned, but it certainly seemed like the entirety of the team understood they just needed to win one more fight very convincingly, and then kind of handle the staggers as they came. So overall, brilliant ult synergy and combination there.
Yep.
However, it does look like the attacking team perhaps trying to run something a little non-conventional, but chat, you'll know that I've been debated before. I've been tricked.
Why are you talking about the attacking team? Let's talk about the defense. We got Zen Ana. Like, they're basically asking for dive tanks to come through and to crush them, right? The Zen and the Ana, they're gonna have a hard time peeling for themselves. But I think that XBG might be okay with trying to peel. He's been doing really well on this McCree. Now it's the first time we're seeing Fluender's Sombra here. They have been playing Diva mainly, and the Diva bombs have been very thick. Jenks already trying to run onto the point right-hand side, trying to go for a flank on XBG, who's not having any of it. It's right there on the side.
Yeah, and Hallgoat getting hacked, that's going to provide a lot of time. It's going to provide about 3 to 5 seconds of inactivity where they can't really be behind that shield on behalf of Cardinal. However, kills are going back and forth, but with Vanguard falling, it is looking like there will not be as much staying power for Cardinal. However, Smash going to be taking out a Hallgoat, allowing for that same opportunity. And with 2 members left standing, it looks like, at least initially, RIT going to be holding out.
What was that fight? That was so crazy. Like, so many people dying at the same time. They're like, I die, now you die. No, you die. No, you die. It was like really back and forth. RIT are going to be able to defend this. Jubilar getting super low.
Yeah, the hammer down coming from Vanguard, landing onto US Miller. That will be a lot of healing, at least taken out of the fight for a brief second, which, as we've seen, this fight can turn in just that amount of time. So there's going to be one lone Zarya and Zenyatta on point for RIT. They do not want to let those units drop, otherwise they will start to lose percentage here. And the EMP coming out from Fluender that's going to be landing onto 4 people who will be cleaned up in relatively quick order with the exception of US Miller, one of the last to be standing from that. Jenks taking up 2 kills, but it's not going to be enough as overtime ticks down, and that is going to be RIT holding without a tick given up.
Wow, yeah, nice full hold coming from RIT. I would love to have a replay feature here just to watch the coordination from RIT in splitting apart that GOAT's composition. Literally the 4 corners of the point, we had 4 different players on it trying to engage on the GOAT's composition from Cardinal eSports in the middle. And it was such a beauty to watch because GOATs has such a hard time trying to focus down a target if there's so many things on either side of it. It's what makes these triple and quad DPS lineups so effective. And I think that's what we're going to see coming out from RIT. I really want to see something crazy. I want to see the Doomfist come out. You got 3 minutes on the clock. Show me something cool, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Show me this quad DPS. Give it to me.
And again, you mentioned that they have almost 4 minutes on the clock for RIT. They have the option to be a little bit flexible, to get a little bit non-conventional with it, perhaps try to catch Cardinals with their pants around their ankles, as it were, really just kind of catch them off guard with something. And then if that doesn't work, you go perhaps to something you're a little bit more comfortable with or a little more conventional.
It's debating me. Come on. All right.
You said it first, Sai. Why do you focus on the attacking team?
Farah, Sombra, because I saw the quad DPS, and that's a meta right now against GOATs.
No, we will
On the
see
other side, it looks
fight.
like Cardinals could be playing a 2-2-2 lineup.
Yeah, gonna see it get set up right here. Once again, Vanguard kind of rolling a little bit slower than we've seen out of them so far for this Eichenwald series. Going to be going basically shot for shot with Hallgoat. Shield looking a little worse for wear, however, the hack coming onto Hallgoat means the shield will be irrelevant for the next few seconds. Alpha getting brought very low. Bry that far, really trying to be a pest. XBG is, that is. And the pin, there it is from Vanguard onto US Mill. It wouldn't be a round without a Vanguard pin coming through here. Alpha going to be taking out Bortle. That will be mid-fight res, as well as a large amount of healing disabled for RIT. And right now it's looking even. Jenks getting a couple kills, but it's going to be some tough stagger here.
Wow.
Yeah, and just like that, as we're going to be seeing Jenks on that Genji fall, it's going to be RIT D2 taking the map, and I believe going to have to pick the next hero save and ban. Map ban.
God, I love that intro. I love that highlight intro.
Of course, looking at Fluender being pretty effective on that Sombra, especially in these tough situations where you have to really, where the enemy team has to push. If you're able to disable one of their teammates, the Lucio or the Rhine, that prevents that pushing from really going through, it just buys you a little bit of extra time, which is more valuable than gold in some situations.
Yeah, it's really what you need, and RIT are picking apart Cardinal eSports effectively. These compositions just aren't working out from them, and you know, we saw Genji Widow on the defense. Give me something creative. Give me, like, you know, give me bunker comp. Give me actual goats. Maybe actual goats like takes that down, because the Pharah doesn't do a ton, and the D.Va is able to jump on the Pharah. These picks just, they seem a little bit lukewarm coming out from Cardinal eSports. I want to see something cooler. Give me some cool DPS, you know?
Yeah.
Not McCree Hanzo.
McCree Hanzo, definitely fun characters to play, but their viability can perhaps be a little bit iffy at times. McCree, absolutely, if you're running against a dive, but dive has not been as relevant ever since, I think, Goats was created. We've seen dive Goats kind of come in, but even then it's a little bit tougher to run a McCree against all of that meat, because you just have the D.Va Matrix, the Zarya, or not the Zarya bubbles, excuse me, the Hammond overshields, the Winston bubbles themselves. It's so much harder when there's not dive squishies to focus as McCree, and more so just the tanks.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that RIT are they're so good at running these Zarya and Rhine compositions, and they're totally okay with running something else as well. The Vanguard on the Winston has has been pretty decent and just allowing his team to get space. He doesn't play as aggressive as his Rhine does, because I think his Rhine is like, I'm going to swing until I'm throwing, or until they're dead. Whereas his Winston is like, you know, I'm going to make some space for my team and be a little safer. And it's a good way to style your play, is, you know, having a super aggressive hero on one side and have a pretty defensive hero on the other side. It's good. It's good for your play style.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about Vanguard here, going with charges, getting aggressive. But one thing you really have to consider about that is Vanguard is able to do that because they're so enabled by their support line and the Zarya. Really, the Rhine will be a lot less afraid to charge if he knows the Ana's going to hit her shots, really give that healing and that massive utility coming through from the anti-nades, sleep darts, what have you. And if the Zarya lands a bubble on him, he's not going to have to worry about getting slept or getting flashbanged out of that animation. He'll at least be able to hit the wall and have his shield up by the end of it. So really, it kind of goes to show that Vanguard puts a lot of faith into their team to allow that to happen, more so than just perhaps simply being reckless. It might be that maybe I don't want to overplay this, but it certainly shows that Vanguard believes that his team can bail him out.
Yeah, his support line with Jobalar and Bortle have been doing a ton of work. Smash on the Zarya has been bubbling amazingly and basically taking off any kind of Discord orbs or any status effects that he might have. It's been a good sight to see. Yeah, we'll see how the next map goes. It looks like Ollie from RIT is going to be... I'm sorry, Ollie from Cardinal eSports is going to be banning the Reinhardt for RIT D2, and they're going to be picking Ilios.
Yeah,
I'm excited for this control map.
Yeah, Cardinal's also going to be switching sides, now going from Cardinal Red to perhaps a more blue J color here if we're sticking with the bird synonyms. RIT and Red going to be pretty, what's the word, alliterative there, RIT and Red. I always like saying it whenever the team names are in red. RIT, right, red. It's easy to remember.
It is. It's a lot easier.
But Ilios, with that Reinhardt ban, how do you think it's going to shake up Ilios in particular? Ilios, not a map I think Rhine is as crucial in when it comes to control point. You have Ruins, which is very sniper friendly. You have Well, which we see a lot of pulled pork or Orisa bunker comp style games come out. So what's your take, Saif?
I definitely agree. I think that Winston is perfectly viable. I think Lighthouse is probably the map that you need Reinhardt the most in going for these GOATS compositions. However, my favorite thing to see on Lighthouse is like good primal kills off of on the point from a Winston. I want to see people booped off. You know, that is like the coolest thing in Overwatch to me, is to see like I'm in your point and you just like booping everyone onto the side of the cliff off the Lighthouse. That's my favorite part. So I'm actually interested in seeing what RIT can do without this Reinhardt. We're gonna have to see Vanguard handicapped a bit, as it does seem like he's much more comfortable on this Reinhardt than a Winston.
And I've done it before, I think once or twice already in this series. So there's a definite map I'm looking to see. I don't want to give it away now because I'm sure as soon as I do, we'll have it'll be the one to show up, and then we'll have a map error and it'll have to restart and I'll be all disappointed for everything. And never get to see it. So I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. Hopefully we'll see it. It is gonna be Ruins.
Okay. Well, is my favorite, because I love seeing you always see Pharah, and then the Pharah comes with like a McCree or a Widow on the other side, and there's these battles between the tanks. What I really love seeing is like some good mechanics with the pulled pork combo and the halt hook combo. That's my favorite, and we actually saw that in the last matchup between Reckless and Pinata Nation. You guys want to look at that? Ilios was the first map. And just another reminder, you guys are awesome, and make sure to go down at the bottom, scroll down at the bottom of the Twitch page, twitch.tv/thewatchersow. Just scroll down and hit the MVP button. Pick your MVP for the match. I know who mine is already. Who's yours, Sir Waltham?
Oh, as I would be compromising my integrity if I was to just straight up tell you that anybody playing Pharah is my favorite. But so I'll just keep that information to myself. But
Okay,
for
well,
the
my MVP is Smash, so
well, for the time being, we'll definitely have to keep an eye out. But it looks like we're going to get set up. Only one team choosing to run that Orisa bunker pulled port comp here. Other Vanguard going to be on that Winston. They're going to be picked off rather early by Jinx. However, both main tanks going down as Ollie's going to fall. And it's looking like the kills are going to be, or the aggression is definitely going to be coming through here.
Cap the point, please.
Or RIT, yeah.
cap the point. There we go, Jubiler. Yeah, Fluander's doing a ton of work on this Genji. These small alleys are great for him to reset and make sure to deflect with. He's already at 50, 60% on his ultimate here. However, Jinx on the Pharah already has the barrage. Not a lot that Smash can do on this D.Va now that D.Va got nerfed the defense matrix. Watch the barrage! Oh!
Yeah, Jinx going to be getting some massive kills, at least one on Fluander. And we're going to again see another ult come out here. This one from Jabalar. Almost getting pulled into the pit. That was very... Ollie going to be playing around the pillar, trying to avoid that coalescence beam. Trying to survive for just a little bit longer. Holgo going to be the enforcer that we know Roadhog can absolutely be on this map. And with that, it's looking like the point is starting to tip in favor of Team Cardinal. But they're just getting stalled here.
Oh my god.
Doing work.
He's gonna beat. He might win this fight. They're gonna keep this at 50%.
Yeah, absolutely. Ollie trying to get the pull onto Bortle. However, Bortle going to end up showing them the inside of the pit. And with that being said, it will continue to be a hold from RIT. The D.Va bomb coming out from Smash, not quite landing anything yet. Pillow going to be dropping.
Wow.
After chased by the D.Va, followed by Alpha. Smash absolutely feeling the eyes on him thanks to Yusai and performing pretty stellarly right now.
Bortle won that fight completely with that 3k boop and then going off and dying. That was incredible boop play. He's going to try and hide off in the corner, trying to go for some separate boops. It looks like they're just going to go for some pokes. All 6 ultimates coming off on the side of Cardinal eSports, though. So they have a lot to work with, but this is the last point, and they're getting staggered out.
Yeah, again, RIT, I think, has been defined by aggression. It may not even just be Vanguard. He is just the spearhead as it is. The Valkyrie going to be coming out from US Miller, perhaps trying to get onto point just a little bit faster. Will they be able to make it? They will, courtesy of Pillow. And Jenks going to be doing the rocket barrage from behind Vanguard. It will be only Fluinder left onto the point. They will be getting out of there in short order, however.
Yeah, 4 ults being used off of the side of Cardinal eSports just to get that point back spells disaster for these next couple of fights. Jenks and Alpha need to be on these shots here with poking out Jubiler and Bortle. A lot of ultimates coming out on the side. We're going to be seeing a Nano Blade. The Nano was a bit too early, but look at the Blade.
Oh, yeah, and we see the stun actually come out onto Fluinder, who's going to get brought down by Ollie. The focus fire absolutely there for Cardinal right now. However, US Miller going to be hit by the pulse bomb, actually stuck if I'm not mistaken. And with that, the fight will slowly start to tip in favor of RIT, at least unless the kills come through for Cardinal. The fight is certainly being stalled out here, which you like if you're Cardinal, but they need to get back on the point. They need to not let this drop to RIT. They need to work on getting this Jubiler getting brought dangerously low and finished off by Holgo. And again, we're just seeing the rotations kind of come through for the tanks here from Cardinal. Not going to be able to buy a lot of time on the point, however, as they're both going to fall.
Yeah, no one able to touch. RIT are going to take this first point. Solid attack coming from them. We saw in that initial engagement that Vanguard, I don't want to mince my words, Vanguard went in and he completely fed. But the next ensuing fights have been great. Bortle has been clutch with those boops, especially that fight in the middle when they were at like 40%. That was insane. They actually ended up winning that and going all the way to 99%. So Bortle's just showing up completely in this series. And the unsung hero from RIT is going to be XPG. It's been crazy with this Tracer and annoying and things that Tracer really does well and pulling apart the enemy team. We're going to be seeing snipers off on both sides.
Yeah, as you might expect on Ruins, it's been kind of a staple. This map and snipers go very well together. Those long sight lines allowing those shots to really kind of take place. XBG perhaps going to be going to duel a little bit with Alpha, taking the first body shot, however. Trying to play this side angle now. Not looking like they're going to be finding a whole lot, despite the fight looking like it's going to be taking this side angle. Vanguard getting slept, however, woken up rather quickly. Not going to be focused down until Jenks is going to be hopping on the target, and Jenks absolutely burning through XBG, then turning their focus onto Winston himself. However, Jabalar on that Moira, still doing a little bit of stall. The anti-nade going on to Smash, courtesy of US Miller, going to be crucial in helping them get brought down. And right now, it's not quite there for RIT, and it's going to be Cardinal taking the first point control.
Yeah, Jenks on this Tracer has been doing a lot of work. I'm just talking about how XPG's Tracer's been good. I guess we'll see how they fare against each other when it comes to some even ground like this. Infrastrate Visor coming from Alpha and able to scat out. Looks like Jenks is just carrying some more, taking out the D.Va mech here. Pillow running fairly low, is going to get taken down by Vanguard though. This is going to start off the fight.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing Primal popped by Ollie. Not really doing too much to get kills or even prevent the focus fire from coming through. However, Vanguard will be the first to fall on RIT's team. But it does not look like it will quite be enough. The sleep going onto the Winston Ollie for Cardinal. And we're going to be seeing the D.Va bomb come out. The self-destruct from Holgo, barely getting back into mech from Baby Form. But it's looking like Cardinal just not having complete control of the point, giving it over to RIT. And with that, RIT is going to pull back. Cardinal's going to pull back, excuse me.
Wow, Alpha with the crit onto Jubilar. This might matter in the long fight. And looks like Vanguard is going off and killing the big D.Va and Holgo. Minefield's going to come out.
Yeah, Smash dropping that minefield right near the first or the second entrance onto the point, or towards the point. And Vanguard going to be pulling back, popping Primal Rage as they land, kind of perhaps trying to lure them in closer just to get a lot more knockback potential. However, not finding too much, once again diving back. The D.Va bomb coming out with the ground pound by Smash. That's going to get the D-Mech as well as 3 other kills. Fluender being really proficient on that D.Va bomb.
Yeah, that was an excellent D.Va bomb, and not being able to touch the ground, but able to pick up a bunch of the enemy team. RIT are doing very well in this second map. This might spell the end for Cardinal eSports in this match.
Yeah, the writing is certainly on the wall. We will have to see them kind of improve if they want to carry on to the next couple of games. Ollie once again taking the front point. Holgo going to be getting the boost, however, from the Ana, really trying to go in there and just do as much damage as possible. Also very close to that D.Va bomb. You might want to keep an eye out for that. It might get used as soon as possible here. However, they're still being held in this mid area. Tracer Pulse Bomb coming out from Jenks, not going to be finding any purchase. However, we will see Pillow looking like they're trying to make a run for the point, or perhaps just trying to cause a little bit of confusion. However, we'll get brought down by their counterpart in Bortle, and that's looking like it's going to be a lost fight for Cardinal.
Yeah, Pillow needs to make sure that he responds soon. They can get back to the point. Smash is actually sleeping on the rooftop, and we'll see how this can do. Bomb coming out from Holgo here.
Yeah, and the sound barrier also going to be coming out from Pillow. A lot of ults coming out in this fight, but it has to be that way if Cardinal wants to win. Pillow being chased by Vanguard. That focus fire coming through from the Winston, going to set up for Fluender to set up or to get those triple kills off that D.Va self-destruct. And with that, the kills will start to flood through for RIT, and the writing will be on the wall. They're going to take this one.
This Fluender guy is like, no, this is like an amazing D.Va. Able to clutch that out. That final D.Va bomb seals the deal for RIT. They're going to take this series against Cardinal eSports 3-0, and I'm just wondering, who's the MVP in all those matches? There were so many good players off of each man.
I think we're just going to have to count on the viewers to tell us who the MVP was. Absolutely, we saw a lot of potential come through from a lot of different players. Pillow, we saw do some excellent Lucio work. Of course, Bortle, if you're going to talk about Lucio, getting some very fat boops on well. Fluender getting some massive self-destructs. I believe it was Hallgoat eating a ton of ultimates on that D.Va. There is so much potential here for who might be the best player that it's mind-boggling, honestly. But all players looking pretty good in their own right.
Yeah, and they're playing together as a team too, and they're using each other to try and stall out. This has been great to watch. It's funny, the first match of the day is something incredibly close, and the second of the match of the day, still equally as entertaining. It's just good, good play all around. Really good stuff coming out from RIT D2.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is pretty solid play. RIT definitely being the more aggressive team, really kind of coming through there at the end. But speaking of RIT, we will have Sci-Fight here going to be sitting down with Jabalar, I believe. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. For the post-game interview side, you want to take it away?
Yeah, how you doing, Jabalar? Good to get to talk to you. How you guys doing after that win?
Doing fantastic.
Those bombs at the last point were insane. Just 2-3 Ks. What were you guys screaming at the top of your lungs that last push?
A lot of "Let's go, dudes," spam voice lines, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that was an incredible win. Just clutch plays all around. Bortle ended up showing big on Well when he got that 3K before dying. That completely clutched out well for you guys, and you guys were able to take that. And then Ruins just Fluander just showing people how to do their diva bombs. Really, it was really cool to see. How did you do? How did you think you did? You guys did great in the support line.
Well, I thought I did pretty good. I had some decent sleeps throughout, but you know, Bortle's hard carrying us, and with those hardcore boops, so I'm just there to heal and hopefully not die, which I kind of did a lot, but you know, it's
all good. To be honest, it was a very back and forth section, especially on Ilios was a bit hectic. You guys had a lot of back and forth exchanges. Eichenwald in particular, when you guys were defending, was crazy. That last defense from you guys was just like back and forth. One person died, the other person died. I'm like, this is insane. Like, you don't see this a lot in competitive Overwatch anymore.
Yeah, we were pretty confident that we were gonna take it overall. I was just calling out, you know, calling out purples and making sure I was hitting my sleeps, and they missed a shatter on me, and I was able to hide around the corner, so I was able to survive from that. And then the clutch grav came out, and we got it, so it worked out pretty well in the end.
Yeah, you guys managed to clutch out so many things, and it seems like every single player from Vanguard to Smash to you, it's just absolutely clutch at every point, especially when it matters.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience playing together, and so we kind of know, you know, how each one of us, what are our strengths are, what are our weaknesses, so we try to really cover all those for everybody, and so everybody shines at one time. Nice.
Just want to point out, sorry, Jabalar, but Bortle from RIT D2 is going to be our MVP. Those Lucio boops were fantastic on Well. I can't say enough about that. He also had some amazing plays on Lijiang Tower, that first map in booping Cardinal eSports onto the low ground. That was incredible. Totally spread everyone out. You guys won the fight because of that too. Just good plays all around from you guys. Any last words, any shout outs you guys want to give?
Thank you everybody for watching, and Bortle's dead, Crab.
Bortle's dead, Crab. He did indeed die. Well, thank you so much, Jabalar, for coming on. RIT D2 will face Pinata Nation, which should be an amazing matchup next week on the 20th. I'm super excited for that one personally. I might end up casting that one if possible, because I casted both of those matches previously. Just really good Overwatch to see. Thank you, Jabalar, so much for stopping by. And Sir Waltham, any last words?
Not really. Thank you everybody who watched, and especially those who voted in the MVP polls there in the Twitch chat. We always like showing the players how much we appreciate them. But for your casting pleasure, I've been Sir Waltham. Catch me at Twitter at Sir Waltham Gaming, on Twitch, Sir Waltham.
I'm Sci-Fight, twitch.tv//Sci-Fight. It's terribly spelled.
Fantastic. And on behalf of us at the Overwatch Watchers Brawl, I want to say thank you for tuning in, and we hope you have a great night and stay safe.
Good night. Thank you.